Welcome to another YouTube video. Today we are doing 3 Champions League simulations in one video. So yeah, starting off with only Champions League, but there's only the striped clubs, which is basically if your team has a striped kit, you get in. So yeah, these are the teams that are qualified. And tournament starts now. Starting off the league phase, which I'm not really going to go through, but we're probably gonna have to skip a lot of these league phase things because it's kind of boring. Like, I will give you time to read this. Just find your team and read the result. Like, I'm not gonna be saying every single result. Yeah. Okay, I will say the league phase is. I mean, originally I wasn't really a fan of the league phase idea because I was okay with the group stage before, and league phase is very obviously trying to get more money for UEFA. But I mean, it's actually been a pretty good refresher from the group stage because the group stage does have a problem of just being kind of boring because of all the. It's usually just a walkover for the big teams other than Man United. So the league phase has been interesting. Yeah. These are table. We've got Barcelona, AC Milan, Galatasaray, Atletico Madrid, PSV, Porto, Olympiacos, and Juventus automatically qualifying. Fenerbahce, Lens, Feyenoord, Newcastle, Real Sociedad, Athletic Bilbao, Club Brugge, FC Nantes, Brighton, Inter Milan, Nice, Gladbach, Lask, Crystal Palace, Bologna, and Atalanta are qualified for the playoffs. And Bournemouth got eliminated somehow. A bunch of other teams also got eliminated, but they're all like the random teams. Knockout playoff round. These are the matches. We got Brighton versus Real Sociedad, Palace versus Athletic Club, Gladbach versus Bruges, Lask versus Nantes, Inter Milan versus Fenerbahce, Atalanta versus Racing Club Belongs, Bologna versus Feyenoord, and Nice versus Newcastle. I'm definitely butchering the pronunciation. That's gonna be a common thing happening throughout this video. I'm gonna be butchering a lot of the pronunciation of the clubs. But yeah, these clubs went through. Athletic Club got eliminated by Crystal Palace. Round of 16. Here's the matchups. The first leg results. Here's the second leg results. And these are the aggregate. Juventus beat Gladbach 8-1 on aggregate. Quarterfinals, we've got AC Milan versus Juventus, PSV versus Barcelona, Atletico Madrid versus Inter Milan, and Atalanta versus Real Sociedad. First leg results and the second leg results, which mean that these are the scores in aggregate. AC Milan, Barcelona, Inter Milan, and Real Sociedad have qualified for the semi-finals, where we're gonna have Milan Derby and Spain La Liga match. Here's the first leg results, and here's the second leg results. We've got Barcelona and Milan getting eliminated by Inter and Real Sociedad somehow. So the final is between Real Sociedad and Inter Milan. Inter scored in the 9th minute. Oh yeah, all these results are being simulated using FC26. By the way, just so you know. Like, I'm not making this up. This is from FC26, so don't. Okay, well, Bass too many scores in the 70th minute to make it 2-0, but yeah, don't go complain to me in the comments. All right, full time. Inter Milan have won this tournament. So moving on to the second simulation, we've got black and white clubs, which is basically just if a team's kit is black or black and white striped like Juventus, you get in. So starting off with the league phase, which is honestly kind of boring for these kinds of simulations because how like a good 80% of the clubs that get in are kind of bad. Well, not bad. They're professional football clubs. They are very good players compared to regular people. But like the majority of the clubs in these simulations are just gonna get steamrolled by like the eight clubs that are good. Like Real Madrid in this. Well, Real Madrid just lost Spezia. But yeah, this is probably gonna be either between Real Madrid, Newcastle, Spurs, or Juventus. Well, I mean, there's a couple of other clubs that have like an outside shot, like Leeds and Fulham and Sevilla and Frankfurt, but yeah. League phase table, the top 8 are Sevilla, PAOK, I don't know how to pronounce that, Leeds, Udinese, Juventus, Montpellier, Marseille, and Besiktas. Real Madrid missed the top 8 somehow. So did Spurs actually. Spurs also missed the top. And the last qualifiers are Venezia, Fulham, Augsburg, Casapia, Sturm Graz, and Viking. These teams got eliminated. Newcastle somehow got eliminated from the Champions League when there were like 4 good teams. And okay, here's the playoff round. Here's the matchups for the playoff round. The first leg results and second leg results. Filming video. Filming YouTube video. So yeah, moving on to round 16, we've got these matchups. We've got Real Madrid versus Juventus as like probably 2 of the last 3 good clubs left, honestly. And Real Madrid are gonna take this one. So yeah, we had our first penalty shootout of the video with Parma beating Leeds on penalties. Quarterfinals, we've got Valencia versus Cologne, Parma versus Sevilla, Spurs versus Real Madrid, and Fulham versus Udinese. First leg results. And the second leg results. Real Madrid managed to lose to Spurs. And Fulham also beat Udinese on penalties. So the semi-finals, we've got Spurs versus Sevilla and Cologne versus Fulham. And the first leg is a draw between Spurs and Sevilla, and Cologne beat Fulham 2-1. And there's more draw. Both matches ended 2-2 in the second leg, which means Fulham are out. And somehow Spurs managed to lose to Sevilla on penalties because Spurs are honestly, we kind of need to talk about how Spurs are doing really bad right now. I mean, we got the final for the simulation is between Cologne and Sevilla. Halftime 0-0. 1 minute after halftime, Sevilla scores, just need to lose. And Sevilla make it 2-0 in the 76th minute. 1 minute after that, Cologne do get a goal back, so we'll see if they can get another one. But no, they can't. They ran out of time. So it's somehow Sevilla won the simulation, even though they were Real Madrid, Juventus, Newcastle, and Spurs also in the tournament. But somehow Sevilla won it. So for the last one, we've got orange and purple teams only because those are the other colors in the rainbow we haven't done yet. These are the teams that are qualified. Now, once again, there's a pool of the league phase is probably gonna be boring again because there's like a pool of like maybe 6 clubs that can win it. There's Aston Villa, Roma, West Ham, Galatasaray, Fiorentina, probably the favorites for this tournament. Yeah, there's like a pool of maybe 5 clubs that have a chance, honestly. But yeah, honestly, like, we need to talk about how what are Spurs even doing in real life, man? Like what? Like they sacked Postecoglou because they finished 17th, and I think they've actually gotten worse. They were 16th, which is 1 spot higher than Postecoglou, but I think at this point, Postecoglou was playing the kids for like the entire second half of the season because the whole squad got injured. Like Thomas Frank was playing the Igor Tudor was the manager now. We'll see if he's good. He's probably not. He got sacked by Juventus. But Postecoglou, at least Spurs are bad. Spurs are not doing well in the league, and they're playing shitty football now. The automatic qualifiers are Villa, Roma, Galatasaray, Burnley, Istanbul, Basaksehir, West Ham, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Clermont-Foot. In the playoffs, we've got Real Valladolid, Luton Town, Austria Wien, Palermo, Fiorentina, Torino, FC Lorient, Eibar, whatever that is, Anderlecht, Pogon Szczecin, Val MFC, Austria Klagenfurt, Dinamo Dresden, Nuremberg, and Reggiana. And these are the teams that got eliminated. Toulouse somehow got eliminated in the first round. But yeah, why do the teams that are colored orange and purple have like the most unpronounceable names ever? But yeah, anyway, here's the playoff round. But anyway, as I was saying, like Spurs play terrible football now, and the results haven't gotten better. At least at least last year Spurs were playing like a very entertaining football. So like even though they were losing, they were at least it was at least fun to watch them as a Spurs fan. And whenever Spurs did win a game, they won because they destroyed the opponent last season. This season, whenever Spurs win, it's because they get lucky, and the opponent was just bad or something. But yeah, honestly, I think Postecoglou should have probably been given a chance to start the season because I don't know, on ID game I think the board should have just let him stay for the start of the season, and if it really wasn't working, then yeah, sack him. But because he won a trophy, he won the Spurs' first trophy in 17 years, and they just sacked him. Like you can't just do that. But yeah, anyway, enough tangent about Spurs. Moving on to semi-finals of this tournament, we have West Ham versus Aston Villa and Galatasaray versus Roma. And the first leg results, Aston Villa and Galatasaray are going to take the advantage. And in the second leg, Aston Villa completely destroyed West Ham. Galatasaray managed to draw in Roma. So meaning the final is going to be between Galatasaray and Aston Villa. Starting the final simulation. 41st minute, Leon Bailey scores to make it 1-0 to Aston Villa. Half time. 68th minute, Ilkay Gundogan gets a goal to draw the game. And in the 88th minute, Ollie Watkins scores to make it 2-1 to Villa, probably sealing the title for this simulation. So yeah, Aston Villa are gonna win this simulation. So that's thanks for watching the 3 Champions League simulations in one video. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.